This segment of Packard Pokes At was made possible by patrons of the show and viewers like you. Please go to patreon.com/PackardPokesAt to help support the show. Thank you. You know, we enjoy some moniker of ability to say what we want to here in the United States. If you don't believe in God, you can say, hey, I don't believe in God, and the police are not going to bust down your door and take you away to jail, although I'm sure there's a few Christians out there. Not all of them. I'm not saying it's all. I'm saying there's a few out there that would probably say, yeah, I wish we could just take you away for saying you don't believe in God or God is not real, things like that.
Or kill you.
Or kill you, exactly. Mm-hmm. Over in Russia, there's a man, he faces up to a year in prison just for denying the existence of God. So you Christians out there who say, well, you atheists aren't being persecuted, we're the ones being persecuted. No, you're the persecutors. You religious people, you are the persecutors. Basically, he just said that there is no God during an argument on social media. Viktor, V-I-K-T-O-R, I suppose it's pronounced Viktor, Krasnov, wrote, wrote, the Bible is a collection of Jewish fairy tales. During the discussion on European social networking sites, VK.com, I'm never visiting VK.com, he visited the site back in 2014. His lawyer and human rights activist Pavel Chikov posted on his Facebook page.
Oh, sorry.
Pavlov.
The nuclear vessels.
Nuclear vessels.
Speed captain.
You know, he says that it says here those offending posts have been deleted, and he's on trial in his native city of Stavropol, in southern Russia, and according to the local magistrate's website. Charges were filed in the fall of 2015, and the trial began this last Monday, according to his lawyer. The Russian Investigation Committee, which is basically the equivalency of the fucking FBI, charged Klazov with offending believers' feelings. You hurt my feelings. You're going to jail because you offended my beliefs.
Not just beliefs, feelings.
Yeah, and his feelings.
How do you quantify that?
Yeah, I don't know how they quantify that. It's really fucking retarded. He was criminalized in Russia after a notorious performance by the punk band Pussy Riot. I've been wanting to say that for a while now. In Moscow's Cathedral of Christ the Savior back in February of 2012. Two band members there were jailed in 2012 for performing an anti-Vladimir Putin song at the cathedral. The thing is here, if someone doesn't believe in God and someone says it, just because you have your feelings hurt doesn't mean shit. If you say there is a God and you hurt my feelings, does that mean I could have you thrown in jail too? I saw this meme several months ago. It fits this perfectly, that if we say that there is no God, Christians get offended. But if they say that there is a God, then we are not allowed to be offended by that. There's like a super double standard there. Kind of your thoughts.
I actually typed in vk.com, and it looks like Facebook.
Really?
Yeah, but it wanted me to sign up, and I'm like, oh, hell no, I'm not signing up for this. But yeah, it looked like a Facebook page. Again, it's a social media page, and God, the other thing I come back to is this whole idea that offending believers' feelings, and we have such an explosion of everything on social media, everything, and people who are being prejudiced against for a lot of things wind up getting traction. I don't know. They wind up having a voice and a reason to be, oh, I'm offended by this or I'm offended by that. And I don't know. And we have beliefs that are being offended. And what gets me is when we talk about atheism, this is a lack of belief. It's not even the same thing. It's both ends playing against the middle. And what's mostly ironic to me is that as a Christian, I remember growing up and hearing that Russia was basically an atheist country, and they prosecuted belief. They put believers in prison, or they sent them to Siberia or something like that, and it was hard to smuggle Bibles into Russia. Blah blah blah. Communist nation, the communist threat.
I remember that.
And
Yeah.
now it's all flipped on its head, and it's like, what? You're the psychotic girlfriend, Russia. I don't know. So I just don't know how to put a finger on what's happening over there right now, because it's like the flip. It is very much the flip of what was happening when I was growing up. So
Yeah, me too. I remember hearing about that too. That when I was involved in religion, it's like all those poor Russian people, they're not allowed to pray, and atheism is running rampant, and they have like 2 churches in the whole country. I'm like,
smuggling Bibles.
yeah, we have to
The
smuggle a Bible
Bible
into them.
smuggler, right?
Yeah, we have to
Yeah,
smuggle a
yeah.
Bible into them because they're just so oppressed, which is
And
so far from the truth. So far from the truth. Dana, your thoughts?
Yeah, now we actually force feed Bibles to Africans.
Mhm.
So,
Pretty much.
okay, I digress. Okay, so first of all, I'm really worried that people in Russia are getting indicted over spelling errors. I thought his post was supposed to be "There is no dog."
Case closed. It was a typo, everybody. Sorry. I was
Yeah.
talking. I didn't have a dog at the time. I meant to say there is no dog, not there is no God. I apologize. The spelling typo. My dyslexia kicked in.
So he writes, "The Bible is a collection of Jewish fairy tales, to which I say a resounding da." So he was charged with offending believers' feelings. I would have been in jail when I stepped off the plane after a comment about those silly hats. I think. Yeah. And on that topic, how do you measure a level of offensiveness? Like with a philometer?
Right.
Yes.
He's like,
Really?
okay, how offensive is this? Well, let's put it on the scale and find out. And finally, you know what they always say? In Soviet Russia, atheism doesn't believe in you. Anyway,
Yes,
now I'm out of
yes.
jokes.
Aw.
It's actually, that's really insane. I mean, you would expect this. Well, okay, maybe I'm in my own little bubble. I wouldn't expect it anywhere, but you would expect this probably more in the more Muslim areas,
Yes.
rather than like
It-
this Orthodox Christianity version of whatever it is they have. I mean, there are some Muslims in Russia. They're very, very quiet, but they're there. I guess the world is just a strange place.
It is.
It is. It is very much so.
Religion is running
rampant.
rampant. Religion is just running rampant everywhere.
Yeah, like
Well,
a virus.
Yeah.
extremist. It's like, fundamental everything.
I can chalk this up to one thing that I can see. I mean, in my opinion, this is what religion looks like when it's dying. It's starting to it's like grasping at everything around it. It's going to drag everybody else with it down to its level, so it can just it can try to kill you as it's dying off.
I guess that my only real fear about religion dying is how many people think that religion is the only thing keeping them morally straight.
Yeah, that's a good question. I've come across people that say like that. They say, "Well, if it weren't for the Bible, I'd be out raping and murdering and doing all kinds of nasty things." And I'm like, "You keep believing, then, please."
Well, if religion isn't replaced with at least some sense of skepticism and rationality, then people just think that there's would people actually think that there's no moral absolutes? And I don't know. But with Russia, I worry about how they flipped and flopped, and they've basically done the exact opposite of what we saw. And I'm sorry, from this area of the world, but it's calling it Russia is probably a blanket term. But that worries me more than just about anything.
Yeah, I understand that. I get that completely.
Okay.